What's up, everybody? Welcome to another race analysis presented by Catch Our Vapors. My name is Jared.
And my name's Spencer.
We are at the MAC Race Series. This is the 5th round. We have one more round to go, which is next weekend. We are located in Rock Hill, South Carolina. The weather today was cloudy, misty. What do you think, Spencer?
Yeah, the night before I thought it was getting rained out, but it didn't, so that's cool. And we're from Charlotte. That's where we're located.
Yeah, it's only a few miles up the road. So,
okay,
but
yeah,
this is where race is located. So if you look right there, we've got a nice, huge USA BMX pump track, and then we're riding on the full-on 1.1 mile crit course. It's closed, so bicycles only. It is perfect pavement. You can go super fast. Don't have to worry about run really high tire pressures, and you can go get after it.
Yeah, I thought you were about to comment on my power meter being huge. It's a pretty good size right there.
Yeah, dude, it covers the entire screen.
It's new. Nice.
We're coming up on the first corner, and we have some fun stuff. Spencer, what do you see when you're coming through this first turn?
Yeah, we're coming in hot. I saw this guy on the right. And he held it. I honestly thought he was going to keep going right and just go off that ditch and never come back. But he held it.
Dude, that was so crazy. The first turn, he overcooks it. We'll replay that for you real quick from my view. He's 3 riders ahead in a white helmet, black bibs, right in front of Henry. We're going to this, and he overcooks this thing hard and just takes it through the grass. We should pay him for cutting the yard like that. It was super funny. He was okay, though. I'm glad he's good. But that just lets you know, you may want to go out and ride the course a little bit. Get used to taking that corner hot before you get elbow to elbow or in line with some other riders. But either way, what'd you think of these first couple laps?
Yeah, I was about to say, that was a lighthearted moment, but right after that, it was hard from the start.
I just saw you smash 1,000 watts.
I know, I'm impressed as well. that might have been a little too much.
Yeah, the first 2 laps of this race were super fast, as they are with the majority of crits, and all you're trying to do is fight for position and then survive those first 2 to 3 laps of really high intensity, high speed. We're cutting in the action a little bit here. I think we're about 4 laps in. This is our first break. If you look ahead, they've got a 2-rider, 3-rider breakaway up here. They've got a little bit of a gap. This keeps the pace high for these first couple laps. And I think immediately within a lap or half lap, we dropped 2 or 3 guys.
Yeah. I didn't notice that because I'm still hanging on, but...
Oh, there's your 1,000-watt push right there.
Oh, yeah, okay. It was on the downhill.
I was jumping ahead.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to hang on. I want to stay in the draft, but I think this is one thing I did learn is, you don't always have to do that. I don't know, you can weigh the cost of staying in the draft or doing less watts. Right,
I totally agree. And then Henry, I think he played it maybe a little bit better. He's right there on your right, where if you look at the rear cam, he was drafting, slow pedaling, and then he did a little bit of a surge to get up this hill. But right here, going up the hill, everyone slows down, and we all collect together. And I think this is where it kind of mellows out for the first part of the race.
Yeah, and one thing I wanted to add is how different it being the 4th race together and on the same track, how much tactics have changed, and even my mentality while riding has changed. Maybe for the worse, because I'm it's more in my head. So that might have been something.
That's a good point. If you look ahead right now, I went ahead and I'm up in the front. There's a 4-rider gap, and I saw that, and I was threatened by this, and so I went, and you and Henry kind of held back, which maybe Henry was thinking some team tactics right there, seeing me up there and letting me get in the break, and then he wasn't going to do pull hard to bring it back, to maybe think that breakaway would stick. It does not, but I get what you're saying. This is the 5th round, and we've raced with, now the majority of the guys we race with, we're all buddies. We all go get beers afterwards and hang out. So it's super fun, and we all kind of know each other's strengths and weaknesses, and we're all trying to get better on our own personal goals and stuff like that throughout the race.
Well, I'm still learning that. It seems like you know a lot of these guys on a first-name basis. But, yeah, there are a few guys I got behind thinking, okay, I remember them going a little softer, but then they are super strong, and I feel them gap me pretty quick sometimes. So I'm still learning.
Yeah. Jumping ahead in the action right here, we have a 2-man breakaway up in the front. You can see him just ahead there, probably 8 to 10 seconds up. This keeps the pace going. No one's really wanting to bring this back. I know me and Henry are just kind of right there up on the left, taking it easy. Spencer's towards the back of the group, holding it in, getting a good draft. And I don't think we really feel threatened by this. And so I think, it's pretty early in the race. I want to say we're probably 6 laps in, 7 laps in. So it's, right in the middle of the race. And so we're not too threatened.
I felt that I was at the back, so I felt it slowing down and, shoot up here, knowing that y'all are up there.
Dude, I thought that was a great move watching this footage and seeing you do 1 or 2 pedal strokes to get good position going into this downhill, getting back up with us.
Yeah, Team Cove.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, they're still going up. We're chiming in.
Yeah, whenever I feel like I'm getting wind, I'm like, oh man, I got to get behind somebody.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing there, and we're kind of breaking up.
Okay, that makes sense, yeah. That breakaway, that 2-man break ends up coming back, so we're skipping ahead in the action a little bit.
Is that Claudio on the front? Shout out to Claudio.
Yeah, it's Claudio.
We've been watching him for a while.
Yeah, we've been watching his development videos and stuff like that on his YouTube channel and stuff, and so I guess he was on vacation, visiting family, coming out and to race with us a little bit. Super fun. I think we're just cruising on through here.
Yes.
I want to say we're about to get an attack from the right-hand side, and this is where the surge and the pace of the race starts to go up a little bit throughout the ride. So, boom, we got an attack from Josh on the right and Jason, and immediately everyone's got to respond.
I should have stayed back. I should have just known.
I think so. I think you should have maybe let the guys fill in a little bit more, because immediately, I want to say halfway up this hill, it just slows back down.
I mean, I felt great getting on it, but then it just stayed up there, 600 watts here, just keep going.
Yeah, so your power levels like that for you, that's, you're cooking right there. Am I saying that right?
Rate, yeah, heart rate.
Okay.
And it just keeps climbing here, and then they push again. I'm like, okay, I did all that work. I don't want to get behind, and I'm still getting behind. And then I get a break, and I try to pull it back together.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a gap right here. Henry's behind you. I'm behind Henry. And we definitely need to latch onto this because the pace is ramping up. This could be the move of the race right here. Henry goes by.
Does a great job.
And what I notice right here is you're staying on the right side of the road. If you look at the arrows, like you're all in the wind by yourself. You should definitely lean over to the left and get behind our draft a little bit and tuck in and take advantage of that.
Honestly, I was so just demoralized because I never caught the wheel.
Were you seeing
that
red?
I think I was ready to give in, but then you yelled out, hey, it's slowing down. I was like, you're right. I'm going to get on. I got on. I'm feeling like, okay, I'm going to keep this. And then I just see everybody stand up and just take off.
Yeah, I do a quick glance behind my back. I don't see you drop, so I'm like, oh, he's on, and we're off. I don't recall how much the speed went up, but you're running 20. I'm assuming we're probably in 24, 25 mile an hour right there, just walking away from you.
Yeah, I've already cracked open a beer, so.
Oh, man, well.
I'll be all right.
That's your race for you. You got dropped. It is what it is. Everyone has good and bad days. So.
Yeah, and I would say Henry had a great day. He's doing really good. I don't know if he felt that way, but I was impressed. And you did well as well.
Jumping ahead, we're on my camera now. 5 laps to go. Henry's in front of me. If I'm not mistaken, there is a 1-rider breakaway up front. It is the teammate of James, who is up here on the right in the fluorescent and black bib. Henry goes on the attack, and Colin goes with him with the pink allay. I'm going to sit back and see if Henry can bridge, or see if Henry can put on a decent attack right here to get going. And so I'm just going to hop on some wheels. His effort stops right here at the bottom of the hill, and Colin actually on the pink allay, you can see him boom, he's already passed Henry, and he keeps going. He keeps putting in his effort. He actually bridges up to the lone breakaway rider, and that one breakaway rider turns into 2.
Did you call the paparazzi out? Was that you who did that?
No, I don't know what. There was, yeah.
What was that for? There was like 20 of them.
I think they were having a training class or something, which is kind of cool. I mean, I don't know if...
are we going to get those pictures?
I mean, dude, that's the only reason I put my kit on.
Oh, still going.
Yeah, a couple attacks and a couple counterattacks to keep the momentum high for people to try and bridge up. I personally don't have the legs. I was feeling okay, but I wasn't going to burn a match to do that, because at that point it was only 2 riders up in the front, and I wasn't threatened by any of those guys. I know Colin is really strong on the Pink Alley, and I don't know anything about the other gentleman up the road, but I was like, man, it's only 2 right now. You know, there's still plenty of laps to go. We'll just let this play out a little bit. But I was feeling pretty good throughout this whole race. It was superhuman. Like the whole time, it's like misting on us, I felt like. And we had a break from Labor Day, so instead of a 2-week interval, we had like a 3-week interval. And I got some good, fun, long rides in that. And then the week leading up to this race, I got some good, fun training rides in. And so if I had a rear camera, you'd see an attack from a guy coming up on my right side right here. This gentleman is a Ironman athlete, and he's hella strong. And he just smashes it up this hill.
Was he back there the whole time?
Yeah, he was
staying behind y'all.
Yep. And then this gentleman, the Cuban bib right here, black and white with a red helmet, super strong as well. But the Ironman athlete up there just smashes it, and he actually bridges up to those guys like no problem. So at this point, we're all getting a little worried. The pace is ramping up. We're keeping it up at 25 mile an hour, going up to 30s.
Dang, that's
and
good.
We're trying to, yeah, the chase is on at this point. And I think some of us just run out of steam, or we lack the communication to keep this chase going. And so we're going to jump ahead, and that's kind of what happens. It's like we slow up. Josh is pulled right there on my right, past him. And I'm like, okay, cool. They're starting to rotate. Maybe we'll get this going. I'm willing to hop up front, do some work, and try and get this chase back. James is right in front of me in the black and the yellow and white bib. His teammate, we're about to come up on him. He was the original breakaway guy, the solo breakaway guy, and he kind of bonked a little bit. He blew up, and we caught him. So
you're not going to keep pulling here? Is that what's...
Well, and that's so if you saw TJ in the pink, he just pulled off and was like, okay, my pull's done. Well, I guess James
what are you
just
doing?
pulled off, and to his defense, he did like three attacks throughout the race. So it's my turn to put in some work. I'm keeping it like consistent 23.
You already kind of slowed down there, though, didn't you?
Yeah.
Figuring out what was going on.
Right.
So you lost a little bit.
We lost a little bit of speed. I do a little elbow flick to hopefully rotate. Henry comes through. We're just keeping it nice and consistent. We're not going super fast, but we're not going slow either. Henry does a great job doing his pull.
He's not even on. Guy's not riding his wheel.
Well, it is a downhill too, but also if you look at the arrows, we've got a little bit of a headwind / crosswind going on. You're right. He should be probably taking advantage of that more. That second rider.
I think he's trying not to do another pull after.
Well, you may be right. He's a solo rider. I don't think he has any team members. So, anytime you see guys with teammates, you always want them to do most of the work or put the load on them.
So everybody lets up and you're falling off.
Exactly. Yep. He doesn't continue to pull, and so we all slow up, and we should be going in the mid 30s right here, hammering this downhill. And I mean, it's 3 laps to go. We should be really, really scared about this breakaway that's up the road. And again, it's 3 riders, and 2 of them I know are super strong. Right here, I'm talking to the gentleman to my left in the super kit, telling him, I was like, hey, coming up on this next lap, like, we need to really pound it and go. Well, some guys were reading my mind, and they start attacking right here, and they get the pace going. They realize, like, hey, we're going too slow. We need to ramp it up.
It seems like a good spot to attack, but not necessarily to motivate everybody to have the legs to keep a good pace.
I agree. I think maybe like you keep it high up in that like flat, the downhill flat,
and then you
to
take
like
off.
Transition. Yeah,
if you're trying to catch a break, so I don't like it when people attack. Obviously, it killed me. But if you're trying to catch another group, like, I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we got a little bit of a breakaway right here, and I feel threatened by this. I hop on this. I believe Henry sees it as well, and he tags along. I mean, at this point, it's so late in the race. It's kind of every man for himself, and so the team tactics of not going when your teammate's up the road.
Yeah, this happens every time. You hit the wind, and then the first person takes off to the left.
Yeah, and just lets up. We jump ahead, 2 laps to go. I'm back on the front trying to do some pulls.
Paparazzi, what's up?
Doing some consistent pulls down this hill and hoping people rotate. Henry does a great job again, coming behind me, doing a pull,
Nice.
keeping the momentum going, and it just doesn't seem to be as much urgency. I mean, look at the big gap, you know. James to my left in the blue Cannondale, he's doing a soft pedal. His teammate, James' teammate to the right of me, David, I know he's been out front. I didn't realize how tired he was going into this, and I should have realized that he was out on a break on a solo run for a while, and I should have realized how tired he was. And I think he was seeing red these last few laps. But the speed is way too slow. I mean, at this point, I'm talking to Henry right now. He's on my left, and I'm telling him, look, like, this is our race. We're racing for 4th place, essentially. You know, there's no need to, at this point, to try and speed the race up to try and catch those guys. We'll just fight our own race, even if we go super slow the rest of the time. You know, save your energy, fight wheels, be in a good position coming into the last 2 turns. Yet again, James goes. This is like his 4th attack of the day. He's such a monster. He goes hard, and no one goes with him.
Into the wind.
Into the wind, yeah. So he had the legs, obviously, and he felt good with it, and he would go. The guy in the black up here, in my opinion, should have counteracted him, and didn't. So James stuck that brake, and he's up the road, and he's gone. Pushing ahead on the last lap now. Pace is ramping up a little bit. There's a guy up on the front in the black. He actually looks back here in a second and kind of second guesses himself a little bit and slows up. Yeah, boom, and just totally kind of congested a little bit. But we're all going fast enough, and we have enough room. We maneuver around him. I'm feeling really good. James is up the road, probably. Let's see if we can see him right now. He's just rounding the bend up there, and David, his teammate's in front of me, and so I'm on his wheel. I'm 4th wheel. I'm feeling good. Well, boom. TJ in the pink salmon kit to my left just attacks, and I'm stuck right behind David. There's a gentleman to my left. It's Claudio, I believe. Boom. And I can't go anywhere, and I'm just forcing my way past David. Luckily, he was nice enough to let me through. He could have kept me off in the grass. And so I'm catching this wheel of this guy, and TJ and James, they have a break up front. They're gapped us, so I know it's pretty much my race right here. There's no way I can catch those guys. So I've done this corner hundreds of times. I know where I like to punch it through. I just get in a good gear ratio and just smash right here and give it all I got. My heart rate's getting up there a good bit. My cadence is pretty decent. Maybe my cadence could be a little higher. But boom, that's it for me. Here's my finish with the guys. So good breakaway with those guys. And then we'll show you the 1st place sprint. So Ironman athlete smoking them. Colin in the pink LA coming in 2nd, and then gentleman in the Cuba jersey coming in 3rd. Super fun. Yeah, man, hope you guys enjoyed it. We have one more round left. Any closing comments, Spencer?
No, that's good stuff. Still much to learn.
Cat 5 salute. Whoop. Catch you guys on the next one.